Well, hello there, and welcome back to my channel, y'all. So, in today's speed build, I am building an apartment in San Myshuno. This apartment is for a single mom and her teen son, and I decided to build in the 910 Medina Studios apartment. This is actually one of my favorite apartments to build in The Sims 4. It's small without being too small, and I don't know, it's really fun to experiment with the square shape of it and just to see what I can come up with. And I did use the tool mod here and there in this video, mainly for adding a couple of windows, just because I thought the amount of windows in this apartment, not necessarily bad, the amount, it's more of how they're placed. 2 of the windows out of the 4 windows that there is are like on the edges of the apartments, of the very corners. So yeah, I used the tool mod here to add some windows. I have a quick little tutorial that I can link in the description as well as in the iCard if you want to go check that out. It's pretty simple and easy to use. Granted, it isn't really accurate for every single apartment in The Sims 4 because this apartment building and the other apartments that are here, they're fine. But there is another apartment, I think it's the Chic Street apartments, where if you do that, it's actually kind of hard to, because the grid, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but yeah, just go check out the video so you kind of get what I mean. I wanted this apartment to be kind of witchy and a little eclectic, and so I used some of the new stuff from the new high school years pack, like that chair there in the living room. Of course I had to use that, I'm obsessed with it, but of course I also used some stuff from like the paranormal stuff pack, some Realm of Magic here and there. Just, you know, I wanted it to look witchy, eclectic. I wanted it to look like, you know, she did some tarot reading, maybe she was like a little bit of a spellcaster, who knows. Like, I just wanted it to be something that wasn't what I've built before in this apartment, and I really liked the outcome. I decided to use some items that I knew I hadn't used before, and yeah, the couch here from the Parenthood stuff pack, I've obviously used it before, but this particular swatch I thought worked really well because it kind of looks like an older couch that maybe she, you know, bought off of, like, I don't know, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, you know, whatever Sims thing it is. Is it Plopsy? I don't think they sell furniture, but we'll just say that she did. That would be a really cool build to do in The Sims 4, is like a furniture store, like a thrift store that had furniture. I don't know, I feel like that would be a lot of fun. I don't know if it's possible to actually make it work. Maybe. I'm gonna do some research. I need to get into, you know, the retail aspect of Get to Work. That's something that I haven't touched in a very long time, as is, I can believe, most of us. But I don't know, I feel like that would be a lot of fun to give that a little experiment. And of course, here is some of the items from the Paranormal Stuff Pack I just wanted to use so badly. This little side console table here, I adore this table so much, and I don't find myself using it enough, and so I just had to use it today. And I love the patterns on the front. I love how the colors are mismatched there, and it's just, I don't know, it goes with that couch really well. And the wallpaper, and just, I don't know, I really like the colors. The colors in this apartment don't seem too matchy, but they still tend to go together in a really cool way. I also apologize if the walls are kind of in the way of the camera in some cases. The walls in this apartment are the tallest wall height, so it is a little bit of a challenge to build in such a small space with a tiny size of apartment. I don't know. If it was up to me, I would have made this medium wall height at most, but I can see where they were going with this. And yeah, I really liked this pastel purple that I used in the living room. I could have went darker, but I really did like the idea of having it just lighter and brighter in here so that, you know, it kind of made up for the fact that it was a small space. I think that if you make a small space a dark color, you're just emphasizing how small it is because you're making it darker and more closed off feeling. But when it's really bright and light like that, I think that you're gonna open up the space even more. And of course, I had to use I had to use this like new like tiling that came with the high school years pack. I actually saw something on Pinterest where it was like this kind of sort of vintage, modern, like a kitchen. And when I say modern, I mean like 60s modern, not like actual like modern as we use it most of the time. But yeah, like I really liked how it looked. It had like a green tiling on the wall and like some natural wood countertops, and I don't know, it looked really good, and it sort of inspired this here. And I don't know, I really like the little kitchen. It's small and closed off, which I normally do open plan spaces in this small of an apartment, so I kind of am really happy that I did this open, like this closed off space, because I like the idea of open concepts, and I think that they are very useful. However, I feel as though for me anymore, I'm more of a fan of closed off spaces. I like spaces that are designated to one specific thing. You know, the house that I live in, the one that we rent, it is all closed off spaces. There isn't like an open living, dining, kitchen space. It's just, there's a kitchen, there's a living room, and all that stuff. Like, it's still open and like accessible by everything, but it's still closed off. And I really like having closed off spaces, because you can kind of go into a room and just focus on that specific thing, if that makes sense. And I do think open concept floor plans, they're not necessarily a thing of the past, because they still are very much so being used to this day. But I think they were more trendy in the past because of like, you know, like, I don't know, just like people had more people over and they entertained more. And I feel like, especially since 2020, we've definitely taken a step back from that. And so I don't know, we're more closed off, and we're more close knit. So the people that we do have over, it's like lesser than. So I don't know. It's just a thought. But the kitchen is coming along quite nicely. I love the stove. I sized up the refrigerator just a tad. I actually saw that Simlissy had a room that she had uploaded to the gallery that was just refrigerators that have been sized up just a little bit to match the cabinets, so that there wasn't like that much of a gap. So I didn't have space to place the room down in this apartment because I already had the floor plan and didn't want to go through all that. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna size it up myself and see if it works. And it did, and it looks really good. And that's actually the that's the refrigerator from the cottage living pack, and I love it. And I thought with this apartment, the storyline that I kind of came up with is that maybe this sim lived in the city initially, but then they kind of realized they were a spellcaster and decided to move to Glimmerbrook. They fell in love there, and then they fell out of love after having children. And so, it'd be kind of fun if maybe the single mom, she takes care of the son, and then the single dad could be the single dad that I had in the trailer build that I did some time ago in Moonwood Mill. So yeah, I don't know, maybe they got divorced, and she takes care of the son, he takes care of the daughter, and they still have a good connection. They still try to sort of be there for each other, but they still are kind of in that awkward phase of recently divorced, trying to handle being co-parents. And I don't know, I liked that little nod to that build, which if you haven't seen that build, I will link that in the iCard up above if you are interested, because I actually very much so enjoyed that build. It was so fun. I love building homes for a specific kind of sim like this, like the concept of single mom's apartment. Like, it's a very basic concept, but there's so many storylines and so many ways that simmers can approach that. Like, you can tell like 20 simmers, to all build a apartment for a single mom. And I guarantee you, all of them are going to be approached differently. All of them are going to have different storylines, backgrounds, approaches. Like sometimes they're going to be modern. Sometimes they're going to be, run down. Some of them are really eclectic, like mine, There's going to be a ton of different ways. And that's something I really, really love about The Sims 4 is that you get all of that, creativity just coming out of everybody because everyone has different like backgrounds and perspectives and creativity and likes and dislikes, and it's just you can see it in the gameplay, if that makes sense. I really like this apartment. It was a lot of fun. I really loved the mom's bedroom here. I used some really fun wallpaper, and I kept the same like purpley greeny kind of like theme in here where it's like a teal and like a lavender color, or not really lavender, that's more lilac, right? Yeah, but I really liked that like comparison. I love the bedding. Let me tell you, this bed is from the High School Years pack. I absolutely love that bedspread. I love it so much. It's so pretty, and I think it fits the character that I had in my head perfectly. And I was gonna have that Seasons bookcase there, but I was like, I need something a little bit more witchy looking. So I went with the paranormal desk and chair there, and then that cabinet is from the Vampire game pack. Let me tell you, the Vampire game pack is clutch. Vampires, werewolves, and paranormal. Those are 3 really amazing packs that I use for witchy builds, which is ironic because the spellcasters came from the Realm of Magic pack. And honestly, I understand where they were going with the Realm of Magic pack, but I'm just gonna be honest, it isn't really good for, at least for me, when it comes to making witchy builds, because the style they went with is definitely a lot more Art Deco, sort of Rococo, is that correct? It's just it's a completely different approach than I would typically associate with like magic, if that makes sense. Like its design makes sense to me, and I see where they were going for. They were trying to do something different than normal, but I don't know. You know me, I just like a good witchy, spooky, moons and scrolls and, crystal balls and, bottles. The potion bottles were so disappointing. Can I say that? They were so disappointing. They were like beakers. I was like, what the heck is happening? This isn't a potion. This isn't a science lab. This is a potions lab. It's kind of the same but different, Here is the teen son's bedroom though. I didn't make it very witchy, of course. I decided just to kind of make it I think I made it into like a little streaming room. I'm not really sure exactly. I thought maybe he, started streaming, and I was actually looking at that computer there, and I was showing my boyfriend. I was like, look what they added into the High School Years pack, and he was like, ooh, that's really cool, and like totally wasn't interested because, I've realized in the past year or so, 2 years, that the amount that I build in The Sims isn't normal. Or at least it is for us, of course, but I have, and granted the game came out in 2014. I got it maybe either late 2014 or early 2015. I can't really remember when I got it, but I have over 5,500 hours in this game. Obviously some of that is gameplay, a lot of that's building. If you couldn't tell, I've been building a long time in The Sims 4. I've been on this channel since 2016, but yeah, I have a lot of building, and like whenever I kind of show someone who isn't really in the Sims community like what I do, I'm just like, oh yeah, this isn't everybody's life. This is very unique to me. I love this bathroom. Can I just say that? This wall right here, the tiling on the wall from the High School Years pack, it's perfect. It's like that shade of green is perfect for this bathroom. And oh my gosh, I feel like it fit the vibes so well. And I wanted to use this little, like cupboard thingy from Eco Lifestyle, but I was like, that doesn't really make sense because there's a basket of leaves here. And I'm like, I don't think that really makes sense in my head, but I had a little bit of a pause here. I'm not quite sure why, but you know, is it too late to edit that out? Yes, it is, because I'm already recording this part and I'm already talking over it. Wow, it really was a long pause. What is this? Anyways, so what was I doing? I think I was just trying to think of what I wanted this room to be. And obviously it's the hallway, so I didn't really go crazy with it. I kept it pretty simple. I think I really just make the walls white. Maybe this is a room that she has yet to like, I guess, personalize yet. So I just kind of threw some random things. I did make it a laundry room, which I really like because I don't know, I feel like laundry in The Sims 4 isn't as good as it was in The Sims 3, not gonna lie. But it's definitely fun, and it definitely adds a level of realism to builds whenever you add a laundry room. So obviously this is an apartment, so a lot of the times apartments don't have laundry, but we'll just say this one does. Maybe it's because, you know, they were like, yeah, it's a really small apartment, you get a premium for that. I don't know. We'll say that. But yeah, I'm just adding a few more bits and bobs here and there just to kind of add some more decor. I really love this pipe that's in the hallway. I don't know why. I need to add those things more. I actually have a mod downloaded into my game that is specifically to how do you word this? But basically it makes the objects in the apartments, like the mouse holes, the power boxes, stuff like that, the pipes, it makes them into objects that you can move, but you can also delete those objects too. So I've been using this mod for years. It works really well. It hasn't broken on me yet. So it is linked down below in the description. Definitely recommend checking that out if you want to build apartments without having all those weird limitations with like the pipes and the stuff and all that. Plus it's kind of a pain in the butt for Sims to, you know, live in these apartments with, but you can still place the items if you want to. So that's the cool thing. But anyways, I love you all. Take care of yourselves. This apartment will be available on the gallery soon-ish, hopefully, if I don't forget. But yeah, that is everything. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe, stay home, stay healthy, stay hydrated, and have fun in The Sims. I don't know, just have a good day, play some Sims, drink some tea, eat some good food, and take your vitamins. I know you forgot because I did and I just remembered. But anyways, that's everything. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird and beware of the nargles. Bye, y'all.